Hey guys, this is a video response to If Star Wars Was Real by Mr.
Repzion. If Star Wars was real, that's a good question, because I love Star Wars. Just to let you know, I am probably his biggest fan as you. Actually, I don't have all the books or anything. If Star Wars was real, I'd probably be a Jedi. In the respect, because fiddle around with force powers, don't you, obviously? Think how cool it was for Anakin and Obi-Wan in the film. Obviously Sith have cooler powers.
Then the dark side for everything always has cooler powers.
That's what, yeah, it is tempting. So. But you say you want to be like a Sith Lord. Well, is this not in seriousness, or would you reckon he was talking in seriousness?
He said he would... because he loves the Sith sorcery, doesn't he? But at the same time...
But would he like to murder everyone?
You're very limited, there can only ever be one of you if you're the master. Whereas, I don't know, with the Jedi... You have a council, you have everything. Everyone's it's more of a community, isn't it?
Yeah, think about it. Vader, was going to be the most powerful Sith, when he was in pretty Anakin form and stuff. But then he was just the Emperor's bitch the whole time. Fucking kneeling down, bidding my master, all that, all the people
on the Death Star were telling him to stop. When he was choking that guy. Obviously, so
stop.
Yeah, had to stop.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, having those force powers, lightning, and I wouldn't want to go around literally being a complete arsehole. I don't know, if I was a Sith, I'd be a good Sith.
You can't be a good person on the dark side. It doesn't work like that.
Because in the Jedi Academy series, after, this is the official story set after the Return of the Jedi. Kyle Katarn and Luke Skywalker sets up a Jedi Academy on Yavin after everything, and he finds this bloke. You're allowed to have lightning, you're allowed to have all that stuff, you're allowed to join the academy when you're 20. The rules sort of changed.
Yeah, I guess because with the dark side they take anyone on as their apprentice, don't they? But with the Jedi you've got to start from a really young age.
Yeah, and you have to be trained in it, so...
They weren't even going to take Anakin on, were they? Because he was too old.
Yeah.
He was 10.
I suppose the evolution of the Jedi history just keeps changing. I reckon it was at its worst, with the Council of Yoda and Mace Windu, because they were complete arrogant cocks, really, to be honest.
Yeah, Mace Windu was.
Qui-Gon had it right, he wanted to do things, but
Qui-Gon was really defiant, though.
Yeah, exactly, but he was defiant in the sense how it should have been run. I mean, if you look at the Old Republic, you could have, permission for marriages and stuff, just so you had to know what you're doing. If, there wasn't such a thing against it, then you wouldn't go through all the efforts of trying to, what Anakin did and, trying to save and get past the cancer and go dark and shit and get all worried about it. I mean, even Obi-Wan said in the films, he'd try and help out if all you had to do is ask, and he probably would have kept it. I mean, so at the end of the day, everyone was contradicting themselves, even though he won.
Although at the same time, though, everyone still kind of knew that, he got Padme pregnant.
Yeah, well...
he went to Yoda pretty much for counsel, and Yoda would have probably guessed.
Well, yeah, so. And the fact is, even if he didn't guess, he says, you have to train yourself to let go of what you fear to lose, then, I don't know. So, I reckon, in the future Star Wars, you probably know about it if you're watching this video response, that they progressed into, exploring all the natures of the Force and stuff. I feel so nerdy saying that. But,
it's so good.
I don't know, I'd probably just stick to Jedi, because... Unless, I got permission to dabble in some Dark Force powers, but at the same time, if you learn Force Grip, as a Jedi, what would you need to Force Grip someone? Unless it is in defence, you just grip them up.
Yeah, but
But on the Force Unleashed, did you see my gameplay or anything like that? He didn't grip them, he just held them in the air like that, and then flung them away.
But then, if you could Force Grip, surely you could, Force Lock or something, just, paralyse them in the air. So you could do that. But, yeah, surely you could do stuff like that. Stormtroopers turned against them. Surely, if they were just
Stormtroopers turn against you?
Oh, the third one. Order 66.
Order 66, yeah.
Surely you could just grab one of them.
I suppose if they were trying to kill you.
I mean, it wouldn't really work on a droid or something, but if it was a human, a bounty hunter, you could grab them, couldn't you?
I suppose, but...
Could say they're... Yeah, second one, they're tracking that bounty hunter that tries to kill Padme.
Yeah.
Right, and then before they can even ask her anything, she gets shot.
Yeah,
but some of them would obviously try and take a pill as well that would kill them. So you could stop them from doing that just by grappling them.
At the end of the day, it has maintained the respect that if someone attacks you, then you attack them. You don't go attack them. Use defence. So I reckon, depends what time zone I'll be in the Star Wars universe. I would be a Jedi, but probably dabble in some Sith powers. But I wouldn't want to be a Sith Lord ruling the galaxy Jedi would have wiped out, killing everyone.
Yeah.
Because...
Also, it would be boring though, in that you're the last one of them.
Well, yeah, you'd have apprentices. You might even start, you know, like in the Old Republic games,
you
you'd have
were
like a whole
Sith,
academy or
right,
Korriban.
say you're a Sith, there's a power too, isn't there? You can only have you as the master, and you've got your apprentice. But if you're...
And they're the acolytes and stuff,
yeah,
though.
but
you would be the Dark Lord of the Sith, that's the highest rank.
Yeah, but at the same time...
Or the Emperor, sorry.
You want your apprentice to be, like, really powerful, so then you can still, like, fight alongside them, can't you? But then... you don't really want to teach them all your powers because they'll always have a lust for power as well. They want to be the best, so they would eventually try and kill you, inevitably.
Yeah, true.
So you can't really teach them everything.
That is the flaw. I would, like, the ship I would have would be the Ebon Hawk. You should know about that. It's like, it's basically like, I don't know, you have some cars which are different models, but they're built off, like, they're different companies, but they're built off the same thing. Like, the Ebon Hawk is in the Old Republic series, so it's like this. It's bloody hot. It is pretty much identical, but in the Old Republic days, you know, it's like the fastest ship in the galaxy. You can see what they did in the game because they're relating it to the Millennium Falcon. But I don't know. I've always loved that ship in the series. Liam probably doesn't know what I'm on about.
No, I've got no clue.
But you need to play Star Wars and also the Old Republic games so you can get them on the PC.
Yeah.
But anyway,
does the Death Star count as a ship? Because I'd have that.
That's a space station.
I'd be a Jedi, but I'd have the.
Well, you just fly around, just do coordinates like.
Yeah.
I suppose it does lights. No wait, I swear it got built in that plot, and they just send a laser off wherever they go.
Yeah, but when you see them blow up, like
Alderaan, yeah.
Yeah, Alderaan. Where it's like right next to it.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, so they must have moved it.
Maybe not.
Yeah, but then again, if you're in, I don't know, if you're in space, yeah, wherever you thrust it, like, say you thrust it back or forward, it's going to keep going until you stop. So if they shoot in one direction, surely that is going to force the Death Star backwards.
No, because it's such a big, it's almost planetary, isn't it? It's so weighty, but I think, you know, the question...
That'd be really cool then, right? So I'd have the Death Star as my ship, right? But I'd be Jedi, so I'd paint it like green or something, it'd be nice green. And then... and then...
How does that make sense? You want a Death Star when you're a Jedi, which is a planetary weapon
I call it the Life Star.
The Life Star, so you're going to defeat all your opponents with the Death Star?
No, it's
the
a Life Star.
Alright.
My green Life Star, I'll have that. And then I can have, like, I don't know, like a moon or something orbiting it as well, because it's so big that it can have its own little gravity. And then you could just have, like... you could have, like, other things, because you could have, like, 3 sections, couldn't you? You could have, like, your ship... and then you can have like your speeder. But
we have to think about the question he's saying here is if the Star Wars universe was real. Let's say let's skip forward years and it honestly was pretty much identical. We went through a massive kind revolution, like the Industrial Revolution, but now it's the Star Wars Revolution. I don't know. And what he's saying is like, you know, how Episode 4 starts off. You can, you know, what would you do? Would you, like, think about it, you could be a poor person, like a moisture farmer on Tatooine, like getting, like, water. Or would you, I don't know, be on Coruscant just working in the freaking diner? Do you want any jam or juice?
I'd probably be like, no, I'd love to live,
you want to be in the Jedi Order, though? Like...
Yeah, you want to do that. But then at the same time, you'd have, like, different stages of your life. So, my first stage would be as a Jedi apprentice.
Okay, so this is what you'd want to do?
Yeah, so I want to be
if it was
Jedi apprentice, learn, eventually... be a master, etc. Train maybe a couple, and then go into some sort of, I don't know, maybe. No, I wouldn't. It's a bit boring. So I'd stay out of it. I'd still be a master, train some people. I'd have my retirement, and I'd get a couple of droids, like on Alderaan or something, and then get my ships, have my lifestyle.
True. Yeah, that's good.
You don't have to just keep it to all your battles, do you?
Don't know, because there's different kinds of, you know, there's the Jedi Guardian. That's what Anakin and Obi-Wan were. Then there's Consular, they're more like attuned with the Force. So that's like Yoda. Even though he's sick at both because he's freaking on it. He probably had all the time to master all of them. But
he probably just sat there and it just came to him.
You know, as you said, I would make my own lightsaber if I, you know, because that's what would be required of you if you wanted to join the Jedi Order.
That'd literally be default.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing is, like, to join a Jedi Order you have to be like picked up from a young age. So I would probably want to be in the Jedi Knight series. So this is post Return of the Jedi. I'd probably be the age I am now, being raised on the planet, and obviously, like, you'd know about Jedi, like, it'd be, like, out there somewhere. Obviously, most people don't care, they want to lead their own lives, but I would, like, save up all the credits to go to Yavin, go to the academy, apply for it, and then I'll make my own lightsaber, because you can't say I want to be picked on at a small age, just so. So lucky they found Anakin.
I guess, but at the same time, well, that was fate, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that was, but.
Yeah. But then again, don't you want to start from a young age, because then you'll be so much better, wouldn't you?
Not necessarily, because if you play Jedi Knight series a bit more, which you.
But no matter how intensive the training is, surely
you went there to apply
Jedi.
that, and if you had no midichlorians, you couldn't really do it. And then.
Oh yeah, because you're always going to have a natural ability, aren't you?
Yeah, and like they trained him. When you play the series, you'll see that like you play as Jaden, and you got a friend called Rosh, and it's such intense training. You have a master, but you're older, so I know you've already experienced like violence and stuff. That's why they want to get you from a young age. But I would want to do that way. So I already knew about the world. I knew what I wanted to do and join a Jedi means that I would be a good person. I know about the dark side. I'll be taught about it. So I build my own lightsaber. I'd want to advance through the ranks, and I suppose I'd.
Then again, at the same time, I would want to join the council, sort of thing, because then I could have a partial influence. Because then, if they were like Mace Windu and Yoda and that, and they were like, oh, no marriage, no dark side powers at all, if you were part of the council, you'd have that slight influence where you could try and persuade them to include that sort of stuff. What pet would you have?
Pet? Yeah. I would have a Tauntaun. A Tauntaun.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys don't know what Tauntaun is, if you've seen The Empire Strikes Back, on the Hoth, it's basically on the planet Hoth. It's all snow, and like they're like on these little, I don't know.
It's like an ostrich.
And they're like running around, and it's like, I'll try to get a picture of it.
I'd have that, or I'd have that thing that Obi-Wan has in the third one, where he fights General Grievous.
Oh yeah, that crazy thing.
Yeah,
that's freaking
makes a weird noise.
I don't know. I want a swoop as well, though. One of those massive, like, accelerating bikes. In the second one, Attack of the Clones, where Anakin goes to the Tusken Raider camp.
Or just have like a classic speeder.
If I couldn't be a Jedi, I'd take it upon myself to be like Han Solo, like a smuggler, and then like I'd have my Millennium Falcon ship, which would make more sense.
But then at the same time, that you wouldn't just be any ordinary smuggler. You'd rise to the ranks and take over Jabba the Hutt.
No, but what was Han Solo doing before? Like he met Ben Kenobi in the canteen. He was going around.
I think he was just surviving, wasn't he?
Yeah, and like trading like drugs and shit, spice. Like the little, that's what they call it. Drugs is called spice in Star Wars. And Jabba the Hutt, God, doing stuff for him. But a bounty hunter would be cool as well. I mean, like going to Jabba's palace on Tatooine or whoever the Hutt is all the time, and just going out, like getting credits, paying money, and doing whatever you want with your life, buying a massive house, but just for killing people and all the equipment you get. Like jetpack and stuff. But is there anything else you would want to be? If you couldn't do anything like that, would you take it upon yourself? Fuck this, I'm going Sith.
So this is if you can't be a Jedi.
Yeah, this is if you can't be a Jedi.
Alright, so you got your.
Oh, the Black Sun. So that's smugglers.
You got your backup route. I'll probably try and be a bounty hunter. Just train as that. Because I mean, you're going to try as a Jedi, so you must have, even if you can't do that, you don't have enough midichlorians or whatever, you'd still have some sort of like idea and not training, but natural ability sort of thing.
I'd just be a smuggler.
Do something like a bounty hunter.
The definition of smuggler, I would equip myself out. I'd do a few contracts to get myself some credits. I'd buy a ship. I'd go to Korriban, and like in the quest lines of like the Old Republic, you had to like go in and like loot the tombs and stuff. And those people have died in there before because the ancient Sith like booby traps that set up. Yeah. So I'd go in there and like just in Sith, and I'd like learn all the like holocrons and stuff. And that would boost my midichlorians up, so I could go, but I don't know.
Can you actually do that, like, boost your midichlorians?
Because people, like, if you look into this actual Star Wars geeky proper side, some people went to Korriban in search of greater power, some Jedis, in archaeological facts, relics, and, some that hold terrible power. It's like from old Sith Lords. And, like, sometimes you might release one of the spirits and they go fucking crazy and, I don't know. That'd be awesome though. Don't know what else I'd be. I want to be like on Tatooine. I mean, screw that. But mind you, I would like to be a pod racer. That'd be quite cool. Imagine that.
Yeah, pod racer would be quite fun.
That was a very long.
It was quite in depth.
We sort of went into like.
It was more like, what would you do?
All the kind of lifestyles we'd want to be if we could be if Star Wars universe was now.
If you guys don't post your response to Mr. Rep, then post one to us. We'll have one.
I mean, like we've elaborated on what he asked us to do.
So if you've got any extra thoughts that you want to share with us, just post it as a video response to us, and we'll accept that.
And by all means, Mr. Rep, if you have anything to say to us, post a video response to us, because that'd be awesome. I mean, you like a lot about Star Wars, you know a lot about it, and I believe like we do as well. So it'd be awesome to have a conversation with you sometime. this is a really new channel. We created it yesterday. We've got a main channel called the Bumcast, you know, it's all about gaming and stuff, but we want, you know, we create a new one, like, to do stuff like this. All the old retro games. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you some other time.